Kate Forbes has become the bookies' favourite to succeed Nicola Sturgeon as First Minister after becoming the first woman to deliver the Scottish budget. The Public Finance Minister stepped in after Derek Mackay quit as Finance Secretary over sleazy messages to a 16-year-old schoolboy on social media. Skye MSP Ms Forbes, 29, only entered Holyrood in 2016 but was praised across the political divide for her steady performance after being given just a few hours' notice to prepare, and has now become the frontrunner to become the next leader. Setting out the government's draft tax and spending plans for 2020-21, she warned opposition MSPs they would cause a meltdown in Scotland's fledgling welfare system if they refuse to back the budget when it comes to a final vote on March 5. She said it included an extra £3 billion because the government becomes financially responsible for new devolved benefits from April, including personal independence payments and disability living allowance. However, if the budget fell, spending would be capped at last year's £35 billion, throwing the system into disarray. She said it would also scupper plans to raise NHS funding by £1 billion to £15 billion and give £500 million more to councils. She said, but worst of all, as a consequence of the further devolution of social security payments, nearly £3 billion of vital support will be denied to those in our society who need it the most. Now is not the time for brinkmanship. Ms Forbes announced there would be no change in income tax rates, a marginal increase in the thresholds for the lower rates to help the low-paid and a freeze for the higher rate thresholds. The freezing means someone earning £50,000 in Scotland will pay around £1,500 more in income tax than their counterparts in England and Wales, the same difference as 2019-20. The SNP government said it did not expect this tax gap to widen, based on previous commitments in the UK budget of 2018 and the recent Conservative election manifesto. However, if Chancellor Sajid Javid increases the tax threshold south of the border when he sets his own budget on March 11, that could all change. Ms Forbes said, if there is any divergence, it will not be because of decisions made here. It will be because the UK government is yet again cutting taxes for high earners. Around 56% of Scottish taxpayers will pay less than their counterparts in England and Wales, with those earning above £27,243 in Scotland paying more. She said, Scotland continues to have the fairest and most progressive tax system in the UK, with more than half of taxpayers paying less income tax in Scotland than elsewhere in the UK. We will use the resources raised through our tax decisions to support our vital public services, end Scotland's contribution to climate change, boost our economy and meet our ambitious targets of TAC. For more on this story, visit the news article link.